Have y'all heard about NSPM-7? I didn't either until today when I was getting ready to watch Grits and Eggs podcast, and someone in the community put in the comments of the YouTube video, look out for NSPM-7. So here I go researching. If you want to stick around so you know what it's about and the importance of this, right? And what to be and how we need to be vigilant. Nonprofits, their donors, and activists striving for a more equal, just, and fair country and world are core components of American civil society. Yet on September 25th, President Trump issued a national security presidential memorandum, NSPM-7, called Countering Domestic Terrorism and Organized Political Violence, essentially adding them to an ever-growing list of what he calls the enemy within. Civil society, nonprofits, and activists thus join segments of academia, the legal profession, public health professionals, and scientists, and so many others President Trump sees as political opponents and critics for all of us seeking to uphold the Constitution, fundamental human rights, and civil liberties. It's almost a badge of courage and honor. On its face, NSPM-7 is chilling to read. If anyone needed proof that terrorism and political violence are slippery and fraught, categories subject to political, ideological, and racial manipulation and bias, well, this is it. Let me scroll down a little bit. What NSPM-7 aims to do. The memo is a fever dream of conspiracies, outright falsehoods, and the president's distorted equation of criticism of his policies by real or perceived political opponents with criminal and terroristic conspiracies. It stitches together a few desperate, serious acts of actual attempted or criminal conduct with First Amendment protected beliefs and protests against the president and his policies, and wrongly conflates them as political violence. It ignores what any responsible understanding of actual political violence would make clear. Political violence does not fit into neat ideological buckets, and while increasing in frequency, it remains rare. After all, the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol by the president's supporters is a paradigmatic example of actual political violence. The NSPM-7 pointedly fails to even mention it. Perhaps the most chilling rhetorical move the president makes is to use vague, broad labels that, even if true, and there's good reason to question the truth of virtually all of the memo's assertions, encompasses First Amendment protected beliefs unconnected to any actual criminal conduct. These labels include anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, and anti-Christianity, support for the overthrow of the federal government, extremism on migration, race, and gender, in opposition to traditional American views on family, religion, and morality. The president even bizarrely imagines that support for law enforcement and border control are foundational American principles that his political opponents paint as fascist to encourage violence. No wonder many in civil society see NSPM-7's rhetoric as a threat to human rights, civil liberties, and democracy building work. The fuckery continues, y'all. The fuckery continues, and we question why people create micro communities surrounding the work that they are trying to do, whether it's about socialist movements and beliefs, grassroots efforts, and nonprofits. What he's doing is an attempt to control the narrative in a way, like the article states, that is very broad. And when it's broad in this way, it confuses people, number one. And most people are already confused anyway because these policies, legislations, these bills, and these laws are meant to keep us confused about what the back end and the fine print is anyway. So it's more important now than ever that we use the communities that we're building to continue the conversation. And in many ways, I feel like we're going to have to do more micro communities, private communities, to further progress in the direction in the direction that is necessary to get the change that we want to see and to be the change that we want to see. This is ridiculous, y'all. It really is. And